For breakfast, there was mangosteen, which is kind of citrus and peachy tasting, and rambutan, which is somewhat sweet, kind of chewy, kind of like a soft gummy pear or something. And then there was dragon fruit, which is not quite as tasty as you would think. It's kind of like watered down kiwi or a bland tasting apple. Definitely happy Sabbath. When we arrived, we listened to them talk in Mandarin for a while, and then the girls did special music, and then Dr. Ellen gave a sermon. To see the big Buddha, we had to take a ferry out to Latau Island. Unfortunately, my camera somehow didn't get charged last night, but luckily for me, everyone took lots of great pictures, so yay. The big Buddha that we're going to see is also called the Tian Buddha. It's made out of bronze and it has like metal framework on the inside. There are 202 separate pieces that they used of bronze to put it together. They started in 1990 and finished on December 29, 1993, which is the day of enlightenment of the Gautama Buddha, who was the founder of Buddhist religion. We took a bus up the mountain, which had very curvy roads, and our driver drove at pretty harrowing speeds for a bus, so it was really fun. So before we climbed the big Buddha, we were separated, and Amanda and Elena were sitting somewhere waiting for us, and some guy came up to them, was like, "Oh, I'm lost, can you guys help me?" And then he started asking them a bunch of like random questions about themselves and stuff, and like what are they doing and all that stuff. And then the rest of us showed up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm lost." And we're like, "Oh, well, there's a map on a sign behind you." So, yeah. This is one of the 5 big Buddha statues in China. The Buddha sits on a lotus throne, and is surrounded by 6 smaller bronze statues called the Offering of the 6 Devas. They are posed with flowers, incense, a lamp, ointment, fruit, and music in their hands as offerings to Buddha. These offerings symbolize charity, morality, patience, zeal, meditation, and wisdom, all of which are necessary to enter into nirvana. Nearby there was a large temple and several shrines as well. There's also the Poland Monastery. I learned that the big Buddha statue symbolizes the harmonious relationship between man and nature and between people and religion, so that was interesting. As we were walking around, there was a lot of incense burning everywhere, and in the temple, we saw a lot of people coming to pray. They would get down there on their knees and kind of put their hands in front of them. So not only is this like a really popular tourist attraction, but also a pretty major place for people to come and worship Buddha. Before we left, I stopped at a gift shop, and I found an awesome Chinese farmer hat, which I've been looking for, and I found it. Finally, we started our trek back down the mountain. We were hiking down the trail back down to where the ferry was. We passed a couple of guys who were riding their bikes up the mountain, so that was pretty hardcore. We found this little thing here that James is climbing on, and I was showing this to one of my friends, Aki. He told me, he's like, "Oh, is there anyone around there when that happened?" I was like, "No." But he was like, "Man, it's a good thing there wasn't, because yeah, they probably would have gotten in trouble." Apparently it was a holy shrine of sorts. So, whoops. I don't know. My imagination, kung fu monks just come out of everywhere, and it's mayhem. But good thing that didn't happen. We also found a cow on the trail, which was pretty exciting. And we finally all got brave enough to touch it, and nothing happened, so yay. It had something weird going on with its nose, though. Like, it looked like part of it was like cut off. I couldn't tell if that was like normal, but it didn't look normal, so yuck. Everyone obviously enjoyed the bamboo quite a bit. As we trekked on, we found more buildings and the like, and we saw some really nice scenery, really nice shots from the mountainside. We came into a monastery area and saw a farmer. I don't know if he was a monk or not. And then we finally got towards the end of the hike, and we started going into town. As we headed into town, we saw a lot of apartment buildings that, I guess by our standards, weren't that nice, but in comparison to the village houses that we had seen on the mountain, were really nice. And the interesting was there was a lot of really nice cars parked in front of them, even by, in our consideration. But I don't know, just kind of made me think about, how wealth is kind of relative, That night we went to the downtown Hong Kong, and we saw all manner of food and fish and beverages, which were tasty. And we saw the late night market as well, which had all kinds of things to buy. And tomorrow I'll show you what the markets are like.